Hi everybody, and welcome to today's video where we're going to be talking about stretch assignments. Now before I go any further, let me just explain what a stretch assignment is and what it is not. We're not talking about stretching your muscles, although there's probably a great analogy there somewhere about stretch assignments. Stretch assignments are tasks or projects that you can provide or assign to a team member that are outside of their normal job scope, and it allows them to develop new perspective, new skills, new insights, new innovations, and it's a part of their development journey. Now, stretch assignments are great for your employees because they allow for a pretty quick and easy way for development to happen on the job. They're great for the company or the organization too, because it allows you to get more done with the people that you have on the team already. Now, what we're going to talk about today are 5 reasons why you should consider using stretch assignments in the development of your team members. Now, the first reason that you might want to consider using a stretch assignment is, and here's something every business person will love, it's a lower cost way to conduct development activities with the members of your team. Here's why. Well, you're using members of the team in their job, actually stretching them outside of their current role, assigning tasks or projects that go a little bit beyond what their current capabilities are. So effectively, you can use stretch assignments to maybe bridge someone into an open headcount for a period of time, or to fill a temporary gap, or put them on a project that has a temporary need or a critical need. So in effect, you're doing development, you're assigning people into a particular task, not costing any more money in terms of the headcount expense. So it's great for the business from a low cost perspective. It's great for the employee because they get to learn on the job in these stretch assignments. The second reason that you might want to consider stretch assignments is that it increases employee retention. Now, almost all businesses have a problem with retaining especially good employees, talented employees. It's a very expensive proposition to see your best employees leave and then to try to go and hire and replace and then train up new employees. So assigning stretch assignments shows, number one, that you trust that team member, that employee. You're giving them added responsibility. And if you design a stretch assignment in the right way, it doesn't look like, and it shouldn't look like, that you're just pushing more work toward that team member. It should be coupled with development. There should be a recognition that the reason you're getting this stretch assignment is we see something special in you. We want something more out of you from a developmental perspective. And that can trigger a lot more trust and a lot more engagement with the employee. And it's been shown where you have that sort of engagement and that sort of commitment coming back from an employee, you will see higher levels of retention. Now, the third reason to consider using stretch assignments would be it's a transformative experience, or it can be a transformative experience for your team members, for your employees. The team member will get more confidence in themselves and their own abilities. They'll begin to flex new muscles, so to speak, in the sense that they'll learn new skills, they'll meet new people, they'll expand their network, and so therefore they will get more visibility to what actually is going on in the organization, the people that get things done in the organization, and in turn, other people will get to know them. So as we'll see, if you're considering someone for a promotion, that can often be very important. How well does this person work in different parts of the organization? And the bottom line here is this can help an employee to transform their own abilities through getting on-the-job experience. Now, the fourth reason that you might want to consider using a stretch assignment is something that I just alluded to. This can be a great proving ground for potential new leaders or managers. So if you've got somebody that you have an eye on in terms of next steps for management, for leadership, this is a great way to test them out on the job, to get a glimpse of their own capabilities or that employee's capabilities in potentially high pressure situations, if you put them in a project that, say, is not going well. If you set it up correctly, and if you set that team member up for success, seeing how they operate in difficult situations, pressure situations, how they innovate, Are they flexible? How they communicate, how they work with others. All of these things you will get to see in this stretch assignment. So not only will you get a task or a project accomplished quicker and maybe even more effectively, but from a developmental perspective, you'll get to see someone operate in a real world environment, flexing those leadership skills and those management skills that you really need to see in action. The fifth reason that you might want to consider using a stretch assignment with an employee, a team member, is it develops innovation and creativity. So when we give a stretch assignment to a team member, it really puts them into a position where they need to gain a new perspective. In many cases, they'll need to be innovative. They're going to need to look for new ways of doing things. Ken Blanchard and his team have found through their research that employees generally are only operating at about 60 to 65% of their potential in a particular role. So stretch assignments are a great way to try to push people into a situation in a good way, if you design it the right way, to get them to unlock some of that potential, some of that creativity, some of that innovation, to push the boundaries, if you will, in these stretch assignments, to really see what they can do and to prove to themselves that they can do certain things, especially new things, new skill areas, new behavioral areas. And as we've talked about, on top of all of this, for the organization, you're getting things done better, faster, and cheaper. One final thought about stretch assignments. There is a concept called flow that was popularized from the research of Hungarian psychologist Mihail Csikszentmihalyi. That's a hard name to say, by the way. He wrote about and researched this concept of flow. And one of the things that he noted as he was observing people who got into flow, which, by the way, is where you're working on something and it takes a long time, but it really feels like a short amount of time. Maybe you spend 30 minutes on it and it just feels like the time flies by. That's flow. And what he observed was that when people got into this state of flow, they were doing a few things. They were doing something that they loved. They were passionate about it. But very importantly, they were right on the edge of their capabilities. So they were pushing themselves to learn something new, to do something new. And that's exactly what a stretch assignment is about. We're trying to get ourselves into flow, if you will, by pushing our own capabilities and right on the edge of what we feel like we really can do. That's a great way to learn. It's a great way to develop. And as a leader, a manager, that's a great way to set your team members up for success. Thanks for watching. If you'd like to see more videos like this, just click subscribe. And if you want to go a little deeper into some other topics, go to noodlefactory.com.sg and subscribe for free today.